Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully complete our edit and the update portion, right? So now I want to display all that our group by data in our view one of the details page. So if you want to do that work, so that is our view page. Into the view page, that is our details button, right? So right now we don't need this. I close it. So here this is pretty much simple process. That is a delete. Here we have to create one of the route. Now go to our view page. So edit page, we don't need this. That is our view page. Into the view page, I want to create another route. So also here we have to I want to get this all that our details data with the date. Okay, that means our ID will be as a date. I paste it. That will be as a employee attendance details. I name it as a employee attendance details, and also we have to pass one of the ID. So this ID will be as a date ID. Okay, and then there is our class. Perfect. Now go to our web route. Into the web route, that is our edit button. So that will be also the same. Better I copy it and then I paste it, and now here I name it as a employee attendance details with the date ID. I copy it, and that will be as a employee attendance details. So I make it as a details and then with the date ID. So now in our employee, that means in our employee attendance controller, I want to create one of the method as a attendance up details. Okay, that will be as a attendance details. So this type of one of the method I have to create in our employee attendance controller. So it's pretty much same as edit. So now I paste it. Okay, so that means here that will be as a public and then function and then our method name. So that is our method. So into the method area, I pass one of the ID as a date ID. So also we have to pass our this requested date ID, right? So that is our date. Perfect. And after that, I want to put that condition, and that will be the same condition. Okay, so the same condition, because only we have to actually pass it. That means I take one of the variable and I just name it better as a details. Okay, I name it as a details. So now with our employee attendance model, so with this model I only want to put one of the condition where our ID, that means in our employee attendance table, into the employee attendance table as a this ID will be matched with our requested ID. Okay, so if you can see that is actually our requested ID as a date. So that will be as the same. When it will be matched, then I want to get all the data, and after that I want to pass one of the view page. I copy it and here I paste it. So that is a return view in our backend employee folder, employee attendance. I want to create another page as the employee attendance detail. Okay, so this type of one of the page I want to create, that is a details page. Perfect. So that is actually the same one line. So that is actually the line, right? There is employee details, and here I take this data with these details, and then here I pass it. Perfect. So that is actually the same things we have to apply. So that's all. So now let's create this page as a employee attendance details in our employee attendance folder, and that means here right now I open it on the new file. Now click as a save as and name it as a employee attendance details.blade.php, right friend? So that is our details page, and here right now I want to take all data from our that is employee attendance view. So that is the view page. I select everything, I copy it, and now in our details page here I paste it. Okay, I paste it. So as I told you before friend, I have already did this work. I have already saved that one of the table. If you go to our employee and the text, you can see for the text I have also discussed about that things with you before. As I told you, it will be needed because I want to visible all that these details. So better that is actually our table. I copy this table. Now in our employee details page, into the details page, there is also one of the table. So now I want to update this table because here I only visible that serial number and the date, right? So right now I want to visible this. So that is our table. Okay, so that is our same table. I want to paste it. Perfect. So into this table area, that is our serial number I want to visible, name I want to visible, ID number, date, attendance status I want to visible. Okay, and also here we don't need any action. I remove this action. So here I also remove this action, delete. Okay, that means this td. So I pass this data. As this variable as a details variable in our details page. So now here that will be obviously as a details ASCII. I name that as the same name as a value. Okay, So that is our value. With this value username, there is a same here. Everything will be just like that same, because I have also created that relationship in our attendance, and my attendance model I have created that relationship. I name it as a user, right? So I have already checked it, so everything should be work. So now it should be display all that our data. Okay, so that is all the things we have to do. How much easy it is. I hope, friend, you like it very much. And right now, if you want to check it better, I want to do and also change it, like that will be not that employee attendance list, that will be the employee attendance details. Okay, so that will be as employee attendance details. If you want to remove this button, you can remove it. So right now we don't need this. I remove it. Okay, I remove it. Perfect. So that's all. Now if you click as a save all, now go there, click as a refresh. So now I want to visible all that our attendance status for 5th December. Okay, so if you want to check it, now go to that details. Yes, you can see it's now redirected to our employee details with the date, because here I pass that ID as a date, right? And you can see every data is now successfully getting that things on here and visible. So there is a name is visible, that means the employee name is visible, ID number is visible, and date. You can see all that our 5th December date is now visible. And also there is our status as a absent, present, 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 and then present. That means only one employee as a Hassan 3 as a absent, right? So now there is a data table here. We don't need to actually display this data table. If you don't want to disable it, so there is our table ID. So right now I don't want to use the data table ID. I remove it, click as a save all, and now refresh it again. Yeah, it's now perfect. So now actually looking good. So now if you go back, and then if you go to the 3rd December, all the data I want to visible. Now click as a details. Yeah, that is our 3rd December, all the data is visible. You can see that is all that our date, and that is all that name, ID, and then our attendance status. So friend, here we successfully complete our employee attendance, all that functionality. I hope you enjoyed very much. So that is all that our employee details, right? That means right now user can able to take that attendance for these employees. So after that, our next work is to add that employee monthly salary. Okay, so that is our another portion for the employee monthly salary. How can working with this in our next video? I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.